Is to clap back, raise your voice, throw hands, or make a scene just to show you're not the one to play with. That's what we've been taught since young. That respect comes from reaction. That silence makes you weak. That walking away makes you look soft. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Walking away is one of the strongest moves you can make because when you walk away, you're telling the world, my peace is more valuable than my pride. My energy is too expensive to waste on this moment. My vision is bigger than this argument. That kind of discipline hits harder than any comeback could. Respect don't come from proving you can fight every battle. Respect comes from showing you don't need to fight every battle. And when you choose to walk away, you don't lose, you elevate. You show control, you show value, and you teach everybody around you what real strength looks like. When people talk about respect, they usually connect it to dominance, standing your ground, clapping back quick when someone tests you. That's what the world feeds us from the beginning. You grow up hearing that if you don't defend your name in the moment, you're weak, you're soft, you're not worthy of being taken serious. But the truth is, real respect isn't about how fast you can swing back when someone pushes your buttons. Real respect is about who has control when those buttons get pressed. Anybody can react. Anybody can fire off when they feel disrespected, but not everybody has the discipline to hold it in, breathe through it, and walk away without giving energy to what doesn't deserve it. That takes another kind of strength. That's a strength most people don't have, and because it's rare, people respect it even when they don't admit it. See, ego is loud. Ego wants the world to see that you ain't the one to mess with. Ego wants you to prove your power in front of an audience. Ego makes you think that silence is weakness, that restraint is surrender. But what ego doesn't tell you is that the loudest reaction often reveals the smallest control. When someone can push you into anger with just a word, who's really in charge? It ain't you. They became the puppet master and you let them pull the strings. Self-control flips that whole dynamic. When you decide not to react, when you decide your peace is bigger than your pride, you take back the power. You're not letting anyone dictate your moves. And that right there creates a respect deeper than fear. Think about the people who hold weight in a room without saying much. They're not the ones barking at every little challenge. They're the ones who sit back, observe, and only speak when it matters. That's because their energy isn't cheap. They don't give it away for free. Self-restraint means you value yourself enough to know that not every insult, not every challenge deserves a piece of your time. The more you control your reactions, the more people realize they can't play with you. They might talk, they might test, but deep down they know you're operating from a level they can't reach. And that kind of respect lasts longer than fear. Fear fades, respect stays. There's another layer too. Self-restraint isn't just about not fighting back with fists or words. It's about controlling the urge to prove yourself to people who ain't even worth proving it to. Ego wants the last word, wants to shine in front of whoever's watching, wants to feed on validation. But validation from the wrong crowd will drain you. When you choose self-control, you're choosing not to be fueled by outside noise. You're saying, I don't need your applause. I don't need your reaction. I don't need your attention. I move on my own time, my own values. And that's what earns real respect because people see you're not a slave to the moment. And here's the thing about ego, it's short-sighted. Ego lives for now. Ego wants you to defend your pride in this second, even if it costs you the bigger picture. Self-control, on the other hand, is long-term vision. It sees that protecting your energy today keeps you sharp for tomorrow. It knows that walking away from petty drama now puts you in position to win bigger battles later. People respect that because they recognize discipline when they see it. Whether they admit it or not, they know discipline is harder than rage. Rage burns fast and then it's gone. Discipline is forever. Let's not get it twisted, though. Self-control doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It means you pick your battles wisely. You're not going to waste your fire on every spark someone throws at you. You're saving that fire for the times it really counts. That's how leaders move. Leaders ain't emotional about every little thing. Leaders know that real strength is proven by endurance, by how much you can carry without breaking character and walking away when your ego is begging you to stay. That's one of the heaviest things to carry. It hurts in the moment. It feels like swallowing pride, but the respect that follows is heavier than that pain. What makes self-control so powerful is that it turns the mirror back on the other person. When you don't react, when you hold steady, the other person has to sit with their own noise. They're exposed. Their attempts to get under your skin bounce back on them. And now the crowd, the same people who might have expected you to lash out, they see the difference. They see who's moving with control and who's moving off impulse. Respect shifts in that instant. The one who couldn't control themselves becomes smaller. The one who walked away becomes bigger. It flips the whole script without you even raising your voice. The hardest part about self-control over ego is the patience it requires. We live in a time where everything pushes us to react instantly. Social media, arguments online, people recording everything. It's like the world is daring you to prove yourself every minute. That's why walking away creates such strong respect, because it's the opposite of what everyone expects. It's unpredictable in a world that thrives on predictability. People expect you to argue back. They expect you to defend your pride on the spot. When you don't, it disrupts the cycle, and that disruption commands respect. People can't control what they can't predict. And the longer you practice self-control, the more natural it becomes. At first, walking away feels like losing. Your ego screams at you. You let them disrespect you. But over time, you start to notice how much lighter your life feels when you don't carry every insult. You notice how much more energy you have when you don't waste it on nonsense. You notice how people start treating you differently because they know you're not caught up in the small stuff. That shift, that aura, is respect earned through restraint. It's the kind of respect that follows you without you having to ask for it. So when we talk about walking away, creating respect, it all starts here with self-control over ego. Because ego will trick you into chasing battles that don't matter. Ego will keep you busy fighting for attention instead of building your vision. But self-control frees you. So it makes you untouchable because nothing outside of you can shake your center. And when people see that, they respect it. They might not clap, they might not cheer, but deep down they know. That's strength. That's power. That's the kind of person you can't play with. Energy is everything. It's the most valuable resource we've got. More than money, more than possessions, more than anything you can touch. Money can be lost and earned back. Material things can break and be replaced. But energy, once it's drained, once it's wasted, you don't get it back the same way. You only get a certain amount every day, and how you spend it determines how far you go. That's why walking away holds so much weight. It's not just about avoiding conflict. It's about preserving the very fuel that keeps you moving forward. When you give your energy to every argument, every petty fight, every little thing that tries to pull you down, you're robbing yourself of what could have been invested into growth, into peace, into progress.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Please share this link out. Make sure you thumbs up this, like it, comment, everything like that. Welcome to episode number 296 of Coffee and Crypto. Just really grateful to be here. It is Invest Fest week, so it's about to be a huge week. Listen, how many people going to Invest Fest this weekend? Just go ahead and light it up one time. If you're going to be in Atlanta, if you're going to be at Invest Fest, just let me know if you're going to be at the fest, all right? Oh, Kayla, you gonna be there? Let's go. All right. I'm gonna be at the VIP. What's up? I'm gonna be at the VIP night. So I'm gonna be at VIP night. I'm gonna be you know what I'm saying, at every day, but we do have events that's going on within the crypto space too. So if you're in Web3, you in Atlanta, this your time to come out and meet your community, right? So and if you have friends, family that you know are in Atlanta, that's into crypto, that's trying to learn more, y'all, starting tonight and all the way until Sunday, the Atlanta Blockchain Center, Stand with Crypto, Coffee and Crypto, Skylark, list of Crypto Crew, the list goes on and on, right? Web Ties. We are coming together, guys, and we are doing so many different events that your tune top might spin. You know what I mean? So many events. It'll have your tune top spinning. So listen, don't try to catch up. Keep up this weekend, because the Blockchain Center, we are not playing. We're going to be here at this space tonight. All right. So if you're in Atlanta, pre-Invest Fest tonight, y'all, make sure you're in the room. Okay. You want to be in the room tonight. You want to be locked in with us for the Thursday before Invest Fest. It's about to go down, y'all. Okay. I'm trying to tell y'all right now that this is about to be one of the greatest weekends. I don't know if y'all saw what we did for Atlanta Tech Week, but we ain't playing games when it comes to Invest Fest weekend, family. So with that being said, make sure you all come out tonight, number one, to the Blockchain Center. We have the Off the Chain Thursdays, and tonight we're going to be talking, we're going to be having one hell of a conversation. I want to make sure that I have the topic proper. So give me 2 seconds to make sure that I have that topic and share it with y'all properly. Okay, but tonight's topic at the Atlanta Blockchain Center will be on, that's it, physical on-chain AI. You know what I mean? Like every Thursday, free food, free value, free networking, free drinks, free everything, right? Okay, we're going to have that tonight here at Thursday, and we're going to be pre-gaming for what we got going on tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we got the main event. Okay, on the Friday of Invest Fest, we're going to be here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center from 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way until 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, we're doing a full shift. It's going to be a block party. It's going to be off the chain. So you want to make sure that you're here. And that event is sponsored by Vibranium. It's been sponsored by the Atlanta Blockchain Center, Stand with Crypto, right? Invest Fest. It's also sponsored by Content Catalyst, okay? It's sponsored by Skylark as well, okay? This event is going to be one that is about on-chain influence. So tonight, we're going to talk about physical on-chain AI, but the big event tomorrow where we're going to be giving out some of these Vibranium tokens. All right, Vibranium is a company that actually brought me out the very first year I spoke at InvestFest, and they help creators, okay, go on chain. All right, so make sure you're in the building or at least watching in, possibly to a live feed if we are able to do a live feed tomorrow. All of that information will be inside of our Discord group and all over social media. So shout out to the team for putting on the event Friday. Okay, Saturday we have events at the bookstore gallery. Okay, we have 2 events at the bookstore gallery. We have our boot camp, which starts live in Atlanta, our 4-week boot camp. If you haven't gotten your tickets, link is in our link tree in our bio. Make sure you go and grab those tickets right now. And then also we have an evening event, which is going to teach you how to actually trade, right? We got my boy from Web Ties, D-Web, coming out. It's going to be one heck of an event. So literally, like if you're not going to Invest Fest, if you can't make it, all right, we got events for you to make you feel like you're there, at least on the crypto side, all right? And then Sunday, we're ending it with the big Sunday brunch featuring Marlon Williams and quite a few other large names in the industry. Okay, we're going to have a Sunday brunch put on by none other than Tia, NFT Tia. All right, she is absolutely amazing. Make sure you all come out to that Sunday brunch, and that's going to be at the WorldCoin store. All right, and there's only so many in the world, but we're having it, and I'm gonna have my coffee there. I'm gonna be doing, all right, my signature espresso martini there. So anybody, as long as you're over 21, you can come to brunch. All right, you come get yourself an espresso martini. Coffee and Crypto will be there. We will be sponsoring that event as well at the WorldCoin store in Pont City Market, right next to City Winery. Make sure you come out. Listen, that was a mouthful, all right? But there's so many events, and I want to make sure that y'all have them live on camera so you can't say that we didn't tell you what was going down in Atlanta. Family, I think it is time for us to dive into this bullish content. Is anybody excited? Is anybody elated? Man, can we get some more people on the call? Share this link out, all right? Y'all see what's going down. Everything is changing. And I'm telling you, you want to be here for these 4. You want to be here for these 4. You want to be here for these 4, okay? I'm telling these last 4 calls because we're ending Coffee and Crypto for a little bit on episode 299. Before we go into 300 episodes, we will literally go ghost. Okay, I'm letting y'all know now. Coffee and Crypto will not be around. Our Discord group will be around, but the free podcast is going away for a couple of weeks, okay? That's because I need a break and I need time to plan for this next advancement, which is about to happen in my life and my team's life, okay? I'm super excited about what is about to happen, but family, we cannot go into 300 episodes the same. You see the background ain't the same, right? We can't go into 300 episodes the same. So I'm going to be strategically planning this podcast to come back in a different way. And until we get that together, all right, we will not be doing our 300 episode, but we won't be going for too long. Okay, I don't want y'all to think because we still got work to do. We still got value to get out to the world on YouTube and other platforms. But I need time to think. I need time to plan. And I hope that's okay with you all. And even if it's not, it's okay with me. Okay. And I have to do that. So I hope that you all are okay with that for real deep inside. But if you want the value to continue, you want to make sure you join our Discord group. It's $20, $20 a month to join our Discord group. Stay in touch. We do about 5 to 6 calls a week, right? This is not going to stop for the Discord. It's just going to stop for YouTube for a couple of weeks until we come back and we launch our coffee. Yes. All right. Let's go. All right. So with that being said, I'm about to go ahead and go live. I don't know why I'm so excited this morning. I didn't even have time to get a cup of coffee. I've been in meetings before this. I was literally in a meeting up to the wire of this event. So, y'all bear with me, bear with my slides. Okay. They may not be as organized as they usually are, but I'm going to get this information out there to y'all today. And I'm going to do the best job that I possibly can. So right now, the crypto market is down to $3.84 trillion. We saw that thing hit above 4 trillion. And now we've had a good pullback. This is a healthy pullback. This is an expected pullback. This is not a crash in the market. So you want to stay away from saying that the market is actually crashing, right? The market is not crashing. Okay. I just want to make sure that you all understand that this market is not crashing. Okay. We are just having a healthy pullback. This was expected. Okay. Now you have to chart the course for what's next, because what's next after this pullback is potentially, and I always use the word potentially because we don't know, but potentially based off of my experience, years of experience of other analysts that I study every single day, it seems like we are about to get ready to go into price discovery for so many of these assets, including Bitcoin. We're already in price discovery for Bitcoin, but we're about to go into price discovery for ETH. We're about to go into price discovery for XRP. We're about to go into price discovery for Hedera Hashgraph. We're about to go into price discovery for XDC. We're about to go into price discovery for XLM. We're about to go into price discovery for Quant. We're about to go into price discovery for Stronghold. We're about to go into price discovery for Zbeck Network. We are about to go into price discovery for everything. But I want you all to be careful, okay? And I want you all to be careful. And the reason why I say that is very simple. You need to understand this. This particular bull run is not what we've ever seen before. We're getting regulation. Regulation forces people to act right, and it forces the bad actors outright. I don't know if that made sense, right? But it forces people to act right, and the ones that can't, you got to get out, right? You know what I mean? So what we have to expect for this bull run is this is our first bull run where a Genius Act has been passed, a Clarity Act is being passed, an Anti-CBDC Act is being passed, ISO20022 compliance in November is being passed. Okay, a SEPA compliance is being passed in Europe, right? Faster payments is being passed here in the United States. Already been passed. That was last month's news. We're already in ISO compliance in America. We've never been in these charted territories ever in our lives, right? So to think that this market is going to move the same that it did before, I believe, is naive. I believe it's naive. Okay. Yeah, Ms. Zuli be locked in still. I had a chance to look over at the Zoom. The YouTube channel. Man, Ms. Zuli, Ms. Zuli be locked in. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ms. Zuli. All right. Ms. Zuli was on episode number 1. We on 299 now. I'm grateful you still here with us, Ms. Zuli. You know, we've been here for almost 4 years in February. We've been doing this show. Almost 4 years. And I'm grateful. You know, like we have to do a good job here if there's people still here from episode 1. And not just Ms. Zuli. There's a lot of people still here from episode 1. Right? So I'm just so grateful, so amazed to look at the YouTube and see Ms. Zuli too, right? I see her all the time when she comments here. But I'm grateful to see you, Ms. Zuli, and happy that you know everything is going well, and I hope your health is well as well, and your husband. Hope your husband is doing well as well, Ms. Zuli. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into today's bullish content because we are about to show you guys. I'm about to walk you through this information so eloquently, so illustriously. All you got to do is grab a pen and paper because you got to remember that note takers are money makers. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some technical analysis real quick. We're going to only take a look at Bitcoin only, because this is the Trojan horse of the cryptocurrency market family. Okay. So taking a look. Okay. And welcome. If you're just now tuning in, welcome to my podcast. I hope that you all subscribe. I hope that you all subscribe to our podcast. I hope that you all will also like this video, because this video is extremely important. And this one is our 296th episode. Again, we are live at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive and look at our technical analysis right now with Bitcoin. Okay. So we've seen Bitcoin go from $124,553 all the way down to $112,657. That is a huge drop, huge drop in what we have going, right? A huge drop in what we have. Okay. So understand that we have started to position ourselves for a downtrend, right? We started to position ourselves for a downtrend going from 124,000 all the way down to $112,000. Okay. So will we break this major resistance level that was from July 9th? Or, you know, will we stay above this and continue, you know, either consolidating in this big zone or going back up to all-time highs and finally being able to break it? I don't know, but we're going to pay very close attention inside of our Discord group. Okay. Now, the next thing that I have for you all is I got a quick video. This video is from HSBC, which is one of the largest banks in the world. Okay. It says that the timeline for crypto adoption has accelerated as a result of regulatory clarity and AI. There will be wealth creation for everyone involved. Okay. The time horizon for crypto adoption, it has shortened, and it's getting shorter and shorter by the day because artificial intelligence is very important. There would not be any crypto. I want you all to look at this company right here. This is a company that's from the Atlanta Blockchain Center, and we've actually interviewed these gentlemen before. You all know them as Project Pi, right? Well, they've now integrated into Project Pi Labs, okay? And they have this new system called Liquid Agent, right? You can also, you know, they have a token as well, okay? However, Liquid Agent, okay, is incredible because if you listen to it, right? My bad. We know that if you listen to it, we know that artificial intelligence, right, is the now. It's not even the future. It's the now and it's the future, right? Artificial intelligence is the now and it's the future. So with a AI agent that helps with liquidity, right? A liquid agent, crazy, right? Like the type of things you can do in this space when you use your imagination and you understand how to build is absolutely incredible. So I just wanted to shout them out. But I need you to understand that with companies like Liquid Agent and different companies like this that are AI and blockchain based, we're going to see this crypto adoption continue to shorten more and more over time. But let me play this quick video for y'all. And I want y'all to tell me what you think.
Two questions. One is in terms of a sense of time. How has the sort of time horizon shortened for you in the last 12 months? Like, was something that you thought was going to happen in 5 years' time now? When do you think it's going to happen? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I think the whole crypto story has just been accelerated. But actually, the whole crypto story has been really fast. Bitcoin's white paper was 2008, we're 16 years in. And the US president has basically said the US wants to be a global leader and it's going to underpin the new financial markets and global financial system in 16 years. And if you add AI, which is not the topic of today's discussion, if you add AI into the equation, which is going to really help accelerate this even further, because there's a really nice, coordination between AI and blockchain and crypto, it's going to speed it up even more. And we're moving to a world where finance is going to be completely transformed. It's, people say, and it's a global financial system, but the majority of the world are not participants. And crypto is really solving the access issue. It's giving individuals with anyone around the world internet connection and a digital asset wallet to participate in financial markets and to have access potentially to US dollars. These are people that never could access US dollars. So it's really going to change the game, and it's going to bring more people into global financial markets, and it's going to enhance wealth creation for everyone involved. And so it's great to see administrations and regulators really starting to appreciate that side of the equation. So considering Bitcoin's 16 years old, I'd say we're doing pretty well.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. So you heard what she said, and also there will be wealth creation for everyone involved. How many people are a part of that? Everyone. Just drop some coffee if you're involved. I don't know. Maybe you're not. I couldn't tell you if you are. I know I'm involved. Hey, one thing I know is I'm all in, right? If you are involved, drop one coffee. If you're all in, drop a double coffee, right? And if you just can't stop moving in your seat because you know what your future look like, just light it up with coffee. You know what I mean? Just drop a whole lot of coffee. Just get overly caffeinated till you get the jitters. You know what I mean? Like you just yeah. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's go. All right, let's go. So this is what it's all about. All right, this is what it's all about. It's a lot of high energy today in the blockchain center. We're really excited, man. Like we're in here building. It's a lot of builders. What's going on? It's a lot of builders in the building. You know what I mean? And it's just an exciting time to be in this space, y'all. Like you can't feel the energy if you're not in the building. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You, by any means, you should try to make it to Atlanta. I don't care where you live. By any means, you should try to make it to Atlanta to come to the Atlanta Blockchain Center, because this is the only place in the United States like this, period. Period. This is the only place in the USA like this. And I know y'all going to say, some of y'all smart, well, they got something like this in Puerto Rico. Well, guess what? I got to get on a boat or I got to get on a plane to get over there. Okay. Okay. So that ain't the same. It ain't on land, mainland. I'm talking about mainland. You know, the Atlanta Blockchain Center is absolutely incredible. And I would like for everybody to just, Billy said, what's blockchain? Hey man, if you don't know what blockchain is by now, good God, I got to hit you with the good God. All right, let's go. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some content. So the first thing we got to talk about is there's a new safety crew in crypto, and man, it's just crazy, y'all. Like, all right, let me. I'm gonna play a little bit of this video one more time. I'm sorry, I gotta play a little bit of this video again.
Two questions. One is in terms of a sense of time. How has the sort of time horizon shortened for you in the last 12 months? Like, was something that you thought was going to happen in 5 years' time? Now, when do you think it's going to happen? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I think the whole crypto story has just been accelerated. But actually, the whole crypto story has been really fast. Bitcoin's white paper was 2008. We're 16 years in. And the US president has basically said the US wants to be a global leader and it's going to underpin the new financial markets and global financial system in 16 years. And if you add AI, which is not the topic of today's discussion, if you add AI into the equation, which is going to really help accelerate this even further, because there's a really nice, coordination between AI and blockchain and crypto, it's going to speed it up even more. And we're moving to a world where finance is going to be completely transformed. It's, people say, and it's the global financial system, but the majority of the world are not participants. And crypto is really solving the access issue. It's giving individuals with anyone around the world internet connection and a digital asset wallet to participate in financial markets and to have access potentially to US dollars. These are people that never could access US dollars. So it's really going to change the game. And
all right. So it's really, I just wanted y'all to hear that one more time. So there's a new company out called TRM Labs, okay? TRM Labs. What they do is they're preventing fraud in financial crime for digital currencies, okay? Preventing fraud in financial crime for digital currencies, okay? So there's this,
TRM, we specialize.
There's this new thing called the Beacon Network, which is the first real-time crypto crime response network. They have exchange, issuers, and law enforcement can now trace funds instantly and act before criminals cash out. Okay. Could you guess who's a part of the founding members of this, right? Well, some of the largest companies in the world, and we're about to take a look at their website right now. Okay. We're going to look at some of their websites right now. Okay. So, some of these companies are with TRM are like Ripple. Okay, if we take a look, we have Ripple. We have, well, actually, I got to load this page. Got to load up, but here we go. We have Circle. We have Anchorage Digital. We have Goldman Sachs. We have Ava Labs, we have MoonPay, we have Binance, we have Uniswap. These are some of the trusted organizations that are a part of this, right? These are some of the top stories, all right, from some of the deputies and, attorneys and people from all over the United States, FBI agents. These people are now finding ways to stop these types of crime that's happening in the cryptocurrency space. I actually have a video that I wanted to play for you all real quick. I wanted you all to see this particular case study. I thought it was pretty interesting. It says cracking a $300,000 crypto ride share robbery. All right, pay attention to this video because it's absolutely crazy what could happen. And with us having crypto, we want to be very cautious in these times. Listen up.
A very unique report in which the victim got into what they thought was a ride share. And during that time frame, the victim gave the phone to the ride share driver. The victim asked for the phone back, but he saw what he thought was a gun in the center console, and he felt very scared that if he didn't allow the suspect to continuously manipulate his phone, something bad was going to happen.
Pay attention, y'all. It gets crazy.
I'm Detective Jeff Brennan, Scottsdale Police. Right now, I'm focused on cryptocurrency-related fraud scheme cases.
Well, this specific case is rare. Cryptocurrency scams aren't, and oftentimes thieves are never caught.
At the time of the crime, the rideshare driver was doing real-time transfers of cryptocurrency from the victim's phone to their Exodus wallet. The victim was unaware that it happened until after the fact, until they started doing some research in their emails, and they were able to see that numerous high-dollar transfers occurred. The victim reported the crime the very next morning. So the victim provided wallet and transaction hash information. And from there, with those two pieces of information, I'm able to plug it into tracing software and quickly determine where the funds are going. I was able to see that it goes into an unhosted or cold storage wallet. From there, it goes into a non-custodial exchange. You can reach out to foreign exchanges through letterhead, and usually they just take a little bit longer to respond, but they do try to participate with law enforcement and cooperate. With the information provided from the non-custodial exchange, I was able to further the investigation through legal process. I was able to see that the suspect was actually local in the Tempe area, and we were able to arrest the suspect.
At the time of his arrest, we were able to seize his Apple phone, and I was assigned to do the analysis of the data contained on that phone. Once I was able to access the suspect's phone and conduct a forensic examination of its contents, I was able to find evidence of his control of the phone. And I also found evidence of multiple Exodus cryptocurrency wallets on the phone.
That boy
Two
read
of those
it up.
wallets I was able to connect to the thefts of cryptocurrency that were being investigated by Detective Brennan.
To see a case come together after all the work. It was very gratifying, not only for me, but also for the victims in this case as well. A few years ago, I had little to no knowledge of cryptocurrency, but it can be learned, and we were able to create a disruption with several networks. So you can do it, you can learn it. It's kind of like learning a foreign language at first. You just have to absolutely immerse yourself in it. And once you accept
Major
some
key.
simple truths, you're able to then begin a knowledge base and bring your education level up in regards to cryptocurrency.
All right. So just wanted to share, and there's a lot of those videos. Y'all can go over to the TRM website and take a look at that. I thought it was pretty interesting, and just wanted to share with you all kind of the advancements. And Ripple is a part of this. We saw a lot of people are part of this. The largest companies that you know are a part of this because everybody wants their network to be safe, right? So the introduction to the Beacon network, just wanted to show y'all that, and hopefully you will be able to. They even have education over there. So if you all are looking to get into like crime, crypto crime, cyber security, things like that, like crypto security, like whatever, like they have a bunch of different certifications over there in the the TRM as well. So definitely would recommend, if you have experience in that or something you're interested in, please go over to their website, I'm sure, and take a look at more information as I did last night. All right, now this is the second person I've heard say that billions will have a crypto wallet on their phone overnight. Okay, now, so this is from the SALT conference. Okay, we know this is one of the largest conferences that happen each and every single year about finance in the future. Okay, pay attention to this particular clip and we'll expand on it.
It's excited. They're going to tokenize a bunch of stuff. They're going to put it on blockchains. That's great. But I think Silicon Valley is going to be the distribution. In the next couple of years, Apple and Google are going to enable stable coins and a crypto wallet natively in iOS and Android. So kind of sort of overnight, 6, 7, 8 billion people are going to get a crypto wallet in their phone. They don't even have to ask for it. It's just going to be there. And there's going to be APIs in the operating systems for every single application. Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, you name it, is going to be able to tap into that API.
Is it happening more quickly than you thought, slower than you thought, or as you thought?
I mean, look, if you asked Kyle of 8 years ago, would crypto be like mature 8 years later, I would have said yes. And I would argue crypto is not really mature today, so slower than I would have thought.
Wow.
But I think a huge part of that has just been regulatory, which you could never forecast.
Wow.
Genius happening has changed a lot of things. Even 30 days ago, it was like illegal for anyone in Silicon Valley, like many of the big tech companies, to actually do anything productive with crypto. That is no longer the case as of roughly 30 days ago. And I think once those guys flip the switch, that's when this goes truly, huge.
All right. So billions of people, 6, 7 billion people will have crypto in their iPhones, in their Google phones, Android phones, everything overnight. Because remember, all they got to do, they're going to update your phone overnight. You have your phone set. Most people have their phone set to automatic updates for iOS, right? For Android, they have that automatic thing set up. Unless you don't have the space or you don't have Wi-Fi connection or something, you won't be able to connect, or your battery's low, maybe, I don't know. But most people, you're going to have to update your phone for your phone to work properly, right? So when you make that update, that crypto wallet will be on your phone. These guys were the ones that are in Silicon Valley. I could tell you it without being in Silicon Valley, right? I mean, we're in Silicon, Georgia. You know, that's what I would say. This is where I'm sitting right now is the Mecca. So it's like, you know, we have these conversations in here all the time. And this is why I always try to invite people, encourage people that are in the Atlanta audience to come out to our Thursday night events that we have here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center, because you'll learn something that you probably didn't know, or maybe you heard of, and you're going to be able to learn more because we have professionals that actually live this life, that are actually producing, that work for these companies and things like that, that come out to the Blockchain Center, right? So you want to make sure that you're here this Thursday. Like I said before, tonight, we'll be starting at 6 o'clock. You want to make sure you're here because parking will be, it's going to be crazy, y'all. All right. It is Invest Fest weekend. People are excited. All right. And if you're not excited, you better get excited because it's happening with or without you. And if you're here, I know you're with it. So make sure you're here. And if you got to catch a private jet, cash in some of that XRP, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? Just let me know and I can facilitate it. I can facilitate it for you. Just let me know. All right. Just let me know. All right. But let's move on to the next clip. So this is at the SALT conference as well. Okay. I wanted to go through the SALT conference a little bit, show a couple of clips. Obviously, some of you all probably are watching all the clips on YouTube and Twitter, and just as everybody else is. Okay. But some of my favorite clips that's relevant to the investments that we make here within our community. I wanted to hear from Ripple's Chief Legal Officer, Stu Alderati, on what he says that with or without the Genius Act, they would have leaned into stable coins. So they just letting you know Ripple's standing on business. Pay attention.
I know Ripple actually launched a stablecoin before the Genius Act was signed into law. Obviously, that was back in December. It's called RLUSD. And also earlier this month, Ripple said it will buy stablecoin payments platform Rail for $200 million. So I'm wondering, did the Genius Act have any role in your decision to create a stablecoin? Obviously, you knew that it was on the horizon, it was on the legislative agenda. Were you optimistic we'll see stablecoin legislation here in the US?
So Ripple is enterprise facing. Our customers are enterprises, banks, financial institutions. So we follow our customers' needs and what they want. And what we're hearing from customers is they wanted the alternative of stablecoins in terms of payments, even before the legislation took form. We issue our stablecoin from a state chartered trust out of New York, held to very high standards. Those standards, I think, are the equivalents of what we're seeing in the Genius Act. So I think with or without the Genius Act, we would have leaned into stablecoins. But I think what we've talked about, this administration promised to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world, and the Genius Act is the first major step to make that happen. And we think about it as a crypto bill, but put it in perspective. This is the first major piece of financial legislation that this country has seen in 15 years. The last one was the Dodd-Frank bill, which was completely reactive to a traditional finance crisis. This is a major piece of financial legislation that is proactive, that, as Miles said, is encouraging innovation and doing it in a way that's building trust and integrity. It's really a seminal moment, I think, in the way Congress and policymakers think about technology, innovation, and consumer protection.
This is huge news. All right. This is huge. You want to talk about big news, man? Listen, in 15 years, we have not had major pro-tech legislation that has passed in the United States. 15 years. 15 years ago, Bitcoin was created. The white paper for Bitcoin was written and created, right? So I just want y'all to see kind of where we're headed in this space. All right. Now, moving forward, okay, we got about 10 more minutes, about 10, maybe 11 more minutes. And I got to get up out of here because, like y'all know, all right, I'm up at the Atlanta Blockchain Center and we got our Immutable Founders meeting. So y'all wish me luck, man, you know, and send me some nice text messages, some encouraging text messages to help me make it through my long day. Cause I'm gonna need a lot of coffee today. I'm gonna be overly caffeinated today. Okay. Y'all see the espresso machine? I'm not playing. All right. We one thing we're gonna be is overly caffeinated up in this building. All right. Coffee and crypto is here. All right. And ain't nobody coming here with no Dunkin' Donuts. Ain't nobody coming here with no Dunkin' Donuts today. All right. All right, cuz, my bad. All right. She said, I got 10 minutes. All right. So I gotta make sure my clients get their coffee. All right. But nah, for real though. So real quick, I want to show y'all something that I thought is huge. All right. This is from July 23rd, 2025. This is on Goldman Sachs website. BNY Mellon and Goldman Sachs to launch a tokenized money market funds solution. All right, it's designed to meet the evolving needs of sophisticated institutional investors in digital capital markets. This thing is happening very fast because once you start to see major names like Goldman Sachs, okay, and BNY Mellon, all right, take advantage of this, man, it's up and it's stuck. All right. So what Matthew McDermott said was using tokens representing the value of shares of money market funds on GSDAP would enable us to unlock their utility as a form of collateral and open up more seamless transferability in the future. We are excited about this strategic collaboration with BNY in our journey towards the long-term vision. All right, and I have a quick video clip from a banker talking about the exact same thing. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This is actually from well, the name of this video, it's on CNBC's YouTube channel, but it's entitled BNY Partners with Goldman Sachs to offer tokenized money market,
Goldman Sachs.
Tokenized market money market funds, CNBC Crypto World. All right, so I'm gonna go over to the headline, and I want y'all to hear what the CEO of KeyBank, which is another bank, okay, what he has to say about the future as well.
He reacted to the passage of the Genius Act, saying stablecoins have a lot of promise. He was asked where he stands on potentially allowing clients to have the option to get in on stablecoins and crypto, especially as other banks announce partnerships with crypto firms.
When you think about stablecoin, there's really a few things. There's the institutional piece, which will be the equivalent like prime brokerage. That will be dominated by a single handful of international banks, that huge volume, relatively narrow margins. That's not really an opportunity or a challenge for us. The next is as a storer of value. And clearly, to the extent, Sarah, that our clients want it and they want to hold it in their wallets, we will accommodate that. And so we'll be sure to do that. Then there's the sort of discussion around, is it going to cannibalize deposits at banks? I actually think that's a fair, I think it's a threat, but I don't think it's an immediate threat. And I think the industry will respond. I mean, you know, whether it's with tokenized deposits, which I think you'll see banks like Key do, and you may well see, I don't envision Key issuing a coin per se, but I could see us as part of a consortium of banks that issues a coin. And then I think the two best applications are really international payments. Right now, international payments are sort of this Byzantine approach of, you know, all these correspondent banks. It takes a long time. There's a lot of friction. I think stable coins could be a really good solution for our clients. It could be faster, cheaper, better. And then last is just programmable payments, which every bank needs to do, whether it's escrows or other programmable payments. So
faster, cheaper, better. Hey, man, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? Faster, cheaper, better. All right. So, it's about to happen, y'all. I told you all, like, there's a lot of people that are kind of confused, don't know if, you know, if like asking, you know, are ISO20022, you know, are ISO20022 cryptos real and things like that. It's a messaging standard, number one, people, right? So it's the language model for money transmission, right? And money transfer, right? That's what it is. It is the what was that? Rosetta Stone. You know what I mean? It's just Rosetta Stone. It's just the Rosetta Stone of the financial markets, right? That's it. It is the language, the messaging standard. Okay. So will that have a big deal to do with the price of XRP? Absolutely. And I've showed you all within the documents, directly at the banks, directly at the central banks, them utilizing these terms, the XRP inside, talking about Ripple, right? So if y'all have not seen, there is a patent, or excuse me, a trademark that's going around from the United States of America, U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Okay, this right here, as you can see, it literally says XRP. This is from OpenCoin. Okay, this is from OpenCoin. But you know what was kind of interesting? You know, and this is for the XRP army. This is just for the people that understand XRP, you know, like for real. we know that the numbers 589 is very important in our community, right? 589. Well, why is their registration number 4,458,993? So right in the middle, right in the middle of their registration number, the three middle numbers is 589. Then if we go down to the to their service number, I believe this is a service number or their SER number, okay, it should be service, but either way, it begins with 859, which is still 589. So I don't know if that's just coincidence or if they just like throwing us a little bit of, little bitty bones and hints and like playing, because it's like a whole little like scavenger hunt kind of, right? So I'm not sure, but let's see. There's so much stuff, that I could have showed today. I have too many clips, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'll need more than an hour. But again, we only have an hour to do this show. So the last video that I'm gonna leave y'all with before we get up out of here today, is from Arthur Hayes. Okay, Bitcoin will soar as money printing won't stop. This is the clip from a YouTube video that he did on Wealthion. Okay, and I want y'all to hear his perspective on Elon Musk and X, and how X could potentially be America's WeChat.
So best could say, okay, guess what? We're going to deputize Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and give them protection to go and offer a stablecoin bank account through their WhatsApp, your Instagram, your X account. And we don't care if a foreign regulator, whether banking or internet regulator, says, we don't like this. We don't like that you're basically giving a dollar bank account to our entire, underclass or anyone who's not a wealthy individual. And, they don't care because they're sitting in Hawaii and Austin, Texas, and Trump is protecting them. And if you go and you try to remove access to Facebook or X, guess what? Sanctions, just like what Trump threatened with Europe when they had their Digital Information Act or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And then furthermore, Besson finally has a sanctions weapon, right? So if you're in Asia or a lot of developing world, all the elites essentially steal from their people and put their money in US banks in some way, shape, or form. And so guess what, president or prime minister or parliamentarian, if you don't allow Western social media companies to bank all of your people with dollars, I'm going to sanction you and you're going to lose access to the billions of dollars that you stole from your people. And so guess what's going to happen? Nothing. And so I think that is how you're going to get, sort of like $25 trillion TAM of money that could flow into dollar stable coins. And I think they're hinting at this already in terms of, you have the major social media companies saying, oh, we're investigating stable coins and this, that, and the other thing. And, Besson's very pro on them. And then basically what's a stable coin do? They're going to buy treasury bills and they'll buy it at whatever yield Besson offers. He can completely destroy the Fed. He can put, short-term rates wherever he wants it. And now he's got a sink of tens of trillions of dollars that he can essentially fund the US government with until they do some sort of yield curve control to bring down the long end.
So I believe this has been the plan all along. And just like I talked about last week, and then I gotta go because I gotta get ready for this cohort. But the gold standard was taken away for a reason. Okay, it's been taken away for a reason, and so has so many other things as well, right? I want y'all to just stay vigilant. I just want y'all to stay vigilant in this moment because, like, man, we are like in a time right now like no other, right? I want to say thank you all so much for tuning in to Coffee and Crypto. I appreciate all the YouTube family. Make sure you all please subscribe to our channel. Please, 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 please subscribe to our channel and lock in with us. You can click the link in our bio and all of the events that's happening this week, you'll be able to find access to them, right? So we have a lot of events happening this weekend, starting tonight, Friday here at the Blockchain Center. Like I said, we have the on-chain influence event here. Saturday, we have events going on as well at the Bookstore Gallery. And then Sunday at the WorldCoin store, we have our AI and blockchain brunch with none other than the founder of the Blockchain Center being there as well, Mr. Marlon Williams. We hope that you all are there. We hope to see you at all of the events or at least one of the events. Do not be in the Atlanta area and not come out. And these, you can bring your kids out too. You know, these are family events. We want kids to come out. We want teenagers to come out. We want adults to come out. We want grandmamas and granddaddies to come out. We want everybody to come out. So bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey, you already know what time it is, man. Listen, this is the 296th episode of Coffee and Crypto Family. Remember, we have 3 more episodes after today, and then we're going to disappear for a little bit. You all right? We're going to disappear. All right? And when we come back to the 300th episode, we're going to come back relaunched and improved like never before. It's your boy, Vincent Owens. Thank you so much. Y'all know where to reach me. All right? Inside my Discord group, $20 a month or $50 a month.